We are now live. Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. My name is Jennifer Waters, and I am here with CNY Fertility in upstate New York, better known as Syracuse, New York. I'm happy to be here. It's been a while. I apologize. I have not been around for a couple weeks. I mean, I've been around, I've just been busy. And so this is my first time going live in a while. And I always think about, everything, and what to actually speak about is the biggest challenge. And so I love questions because it helps me to know what you are all thinking about and what's going on in your world and your health and your challenges. And that is why we are here, to help you overcome your challenges, to support you on your journey towards wholeness, wellness, whatever you would like to call it, maybe bliss and abundance. Those are my favorite words. Obviously, we are now in the season of fall. And every time there's a seasonal shift, I think our bodies and often our minds and our emotions have a little bit of a challenging time, unless it's going from spring to summer. Most people don't have any problems with that. I know I don't. But going from the beauty of late summer, those warm, beautiful days, blue skies and yellow leaves, to suddenly it's cold, it's damp in upstate New York, it's challenging. And what happens is we get sick, right? People get sick. We get sore throats, stuffy noses. So this is a big part of what I do in the clinic, right? And so I want you to have a plan. This is what I find happens. People feel their sore throat, and the first stage is denial, right? Is it really sore? Oh, I don't think so. I'll be fine tomorrow. So they ignore it. This is all things I used to do. And so that's not a good plan. Denial is not a good plan. When you use natural remedies, if you don't need them, there's no side effect. The side effect is you're just going to feel better. So don't worry about it. If you come up with a plan and you're not sure, is that really scratchy, or I just ate Chinese food for lunch and my throat feels hot from the spices, I'm not really sure what's going on, don't second guess yourself, okay? So the first sign of a sore throat or anything, a stuffy nose, body aches, whatever it is, I want you to have a plan. If the plan is to go to the store and purchase something, that's not a plan. That means you don't have a plan and it's too late. I want you to have things on your shelf, in your first aid kit, in your purse, in your car, wherever, so that if you do start coming down with something, you can address it immediately in a very forceful, effective way. Okay. So it really matters, because if you start feeling bad at night and then you just go to bed, guess what? When you wake up in the morning, you're probably going to feel worse. And now what's happened is this, most likely, if let's stick with the subject of sore throat, if it is a sore throat, this is the strep bacteria. And this bacteria has taken hold of the glands, the tissue, right? Mostly in your throat, it's the tissue. I can't say that it's affecting your thyroid gland, but the thymus gland, which is just below, is now affected by the strep bacteria that's hanging out in your throat, and it's colonizing, it's growing, it's saying, hey, this is a pretty good place to have a party. So come on, everybody, let's join the party and we're going to take hold here. So I want you to make a plan, consult with somebody that knows their way around the immune system, supporting the immune system, whether it's Chinese herbal therapy or functional medicine approaches or light therapy. I love to accelerate natural remedies with light, whatever you're doing when you apply light, whether it's LED or you're sitting in the sun or a sauna or you're using a patch, it's going to accelerate that delivery into the cells, into the tissue. You can also find somebody who does whole food. I don't like to use the word supplement, because the supplement industry is really out to make money. They are not out to support us in health, which is really unfortunate. I first started working in the supplement industry, and I'm not kidding, 1985, I think. And that was at the General Nutrition Center here in upstate New York. And it's been a gradual awakening to discover that the supplement industry is full of synthetic isolated nutrients, which are causing more harm to us than good. So you really need to be aware of what you're taking, in particular, vitamin C. People think ascorbic acid is vitamin C. It is absolutely not vitamin C. It's horrible what is happening to our health because of this synthetic isolated nutrient that has absolutely no benefit, no value in our system whatsoever. Okay. A lot of ascorbic acid is imported from China. It is made in a lab and it is bad. Okay. It's simply bad. This is not what you want. The most concentrated form of vitamin C is actually the adrenal cortex. Thank you to all the animals that have offered their lives, whether they wanted to or not, they have, for our benefit. So we better make good use of our time here. We better decide if we're going to be consuming all these animals that have been slaughtered for us. I feel a certain level of responsibility that we need to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others. A lot of young people are struggling with, what should they do with their lives? That's not my favorite question. What makes you happy? That's also not a very helpful question, because if you're looking for happiness outside of you, it's very temporary. Oh, going to the beach makes me happy. Well, good, but that's only going to be for an hour a day. You have to do something that's much more self-sustaining. When you really work on true happiness, it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're sweeping the floors or performing surgery. It's the mindset that you bring to it. Okay, so that was a little bit of a tangent. So please don't take ascorbic acid as if you're thinking of taking vitamin C to boost your immune system. It doesn't actually boost your immune system. I have to say that. If you want to work directly on your immune system, you need to then support what? Our lungs in Chinese medicine are the foundation of the immune system. You want to keep your lungs strong, open. That is in TCM, the lungs rule what's called the Wei Qi. This is your external energy on your body. It's the first line of defense. You want to make sure that is strong, and you can do that with Chinese herbs, breath work, tapping. There's a lot of ways in. Find a practitioner that understands this concept and can support you, so you've got this remedy on your shelf. The other ways into the immune function is the thymus gland, right? This is the gland that naturally shrinks with age. It's very connected to the spleen function and phagocytosis, the body's ability to take out the garbage. As the cells replicate, you want to have out with the old, in with the new. And a lot of this is connected to the thymus gland. This is in the tapping world. I always thump the thymus because it shrinks with age and we want to keep some circulation going there. But it's all the glands, right, that are connected to the immune system. The thyroid matters, the pancreas matters, the adrenals matter. You have to ask yourself, why are you getting a sore throat in the first place? Now, all of us do. I do. It's often introduced from another person, right? So, but you're the host, right? So rather than focusing on going after the bacteria, which we need to do short term, I want you to think about strengthening the host. You're the host, right? You need to strengthen your body so that you're not vulnerable to these attacks of viruses, whatever bacteria is floating around out there. So as you do that, you get stronger and healthier. Then when you have a good plan and you have the first sign of a sore throat, when you apply the plan, whatever it is that's going to work for you, it should work within hours, if not minutes. Okay. So this happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I thought, oh, I went to this wonderful event, an author series downtown Syracuse. One of my favorite authors, Patrick Keefe, who wrote Empire of Pain. I highly recommend reading this book. Very important book. He's an investigative journalist. I'm definitely going on a tangent now. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I picked up something there. Wasn't sure. Anyways, came home, took 3 tablets of something that I use and rely on, applied some light, some patches, woke up feeling fine. Okay, so it's that simple. Because I'm healthy, because I've worked on this for a long time, the immune system wants to do its job. It doesn't want to lose the battle and go down the dumps and then lay in bed for 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. So that's not what we want to do. So every time you overcome something naturally, then the body gets stronger. Your immune system, it's like a reward system. It says, yes, we can do this. We can win this battle. And then it really only takes a matter of hours or a day to knock something out. But that's not going to be the case if you don't have a plan and you wake up and the next day you're not really sure what to do, and then you gargle a little salt water, which is very helpful, but it might not do the trick. And then the next day, and then suddenly you're 3 or 4 days into this, and then you go to the doctor and they give you antibiotics. Prescription antibiotics are not going to help you, period. They're not. I've been involved with the clinical practice for 25 years. If they worked, I would have seen that by now. They work initially as anti-inflammatories, although we now understand that inflammation is not the cause of anything. Inflammation is the result of degeneration. So treating the inflammation, one of my favorite teachers says, is like chasing the smoke. We want to eliminate the smoke instead of the fire. So if you just clear out the smoke, this is a waste of your time. You have to get to the fire. What is causing an inflammatory response, right? It's degeneration of the glands, the tissues, and the cells. This is why I assume in the functional medicine world, there's a lot of discussion about mitochondrial function. This is the part of your cells that make the ATP, the adenosine triphosphate. So phosphorus is part of that. It's very interesting compound. This is how we get energy in the cells. And when you use light therapy, we are directing the light directly into the mitochondria to create a repair, to increase the amount of energy we have available to us cellularly so that we can more easily win these battles. And they are battles. Let's face it, anything that can result for you missing work for a week, being in bed for a week or 2 weeks or more, this is a battle that you want to win. So consult with somebody that you trust, somebody that has knowledge, that has experience, that is going to help you stay away from pharmaceutical antibiotics. That's what I was talking about when I went on another tangent. They work initially as anti-inflammatories. You feel a little bit better. They probably do get rid of some superficial bacteria. But then what happens 10 days in, not only is the good, everyone knows all the good bacteria has been wiped out. We know that. That's obvious. But then what happens? Right? The body's a little bit weaker. Your overall vitality has gone down. Right? So now you're more vulnerable. What happens is 10 days, 2 weeks later, you're exposed again to somebody that's got the strep bacteria. They sneeze on you, cough on you. Please, folks, cough into your elbow. This is not a lot to ask for. I still see people out there coughing into the air. I mean, my gosh, Montessori teaches this to 2-year-olds. You have to cough into your elbow. Don't just think about yourself. Think about everybody around you. So 2 weeks after taking the pharmaceutical antibiotics, it comes back. And then what are you going to do? You go back to the doctor. Then what are they going to do? Prescribe stronger ones, better ones, newer ones. And this cycle goes on and on and on. I see it in the clinic. I meet 25-year-olds that have been on 30 rounds of antibiotics because they don't know what else to do. So if you're in that situation, fear not. Okay. It's never too late to regain your health and your vitality. It can take a little while to tip the scales back, however. So, if you have been taking prescription drugs to help your immune system function as it should for a long period of time, and then you go out and buy some elderberry juice and you follow the prescripted amount on the bottle, which is 1 teaspoon every 18 hours, probably, you're going to say, I don't really feel anything. Well, two reasons why. One, the scales have been tipped, right? So you have to regain your health in order for a natural remedy to work. Two, you have to be um, experimental with the dosage. Okay. So what's on the label is actually the smallest amount that you could possibly ever want to take. When you take ibuprofen, for example, for a headache, if you take two, let's say 400 milligrams, and then 2 hours later you still have a headache, what do? You usually take one or two more, right? You have to think of the same thing when you're using natural remedies. So you do one shot of Argentyn silver for your sore throat. 30 minutes later, you don't feel any change. The label says, oh, only do one shot every 4 hours. No, no, no. Take more. You have to take more for a short amount of time to bring about a change, and then you can go to a maintenance dose. This is what's called pulse dosing. So you take a high dose of the natural remedy for a short amount of time. See? And then taper down, and then you have a maintenance dose, and then you have a prevention dose. If you want, I will send you information about that. Okay, I have to go. Please take care of yourself so that you can be here for others. If you have children, this is there's so many wonderful things you can do to help your children maintain a healthy immune system. Okay, don't be scared of natural remedies. But you do have to be educated on the remedies that are out there that are not going to help you, like ascorbic acid, like synthetic vitamin D. You don't want to be taking that either. A lot of this stuff is not good for you. Things have been formulated for the label, which is very different from formulating for your body's absorption. I am trying to do two things at once here. Usually I'm good at it. I'm putting my website on here, jenniferwaters.net. If you have questions, go ahead and email me. Okay. And have a wonderful day. Take care. And send me questions. I'd be happy to respond in the future. Okay. Bye, everyone.